tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. I reinvented myself. They sort of hated it. I reinvented myself.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the AFC Championship game on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by, Con and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 20. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now, 1st and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
First carry for James Conner. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They run with Conner. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. He gets it to Brown. Complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Connor. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On third down, that's Connor. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Connor. And able to work his way down to the 16. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Green 80.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So we played a quarter here in the AFC Championship game. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. More from the Steel City coming up after this. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Mason Rudolph leading this offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Play action. It's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Rudolph now on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Here we go now. Please.
Here's Rudolph off play action. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey. 4 down. Set.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now it's Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's
effort and thought that they've put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
right back to him on first down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Rudolph looking to throw it. This is caught. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Here we go now.
They'll try to run it. This is counter. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. He'll get it up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is third and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll go with the keeper. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mason Rudolph in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10.
3 down.
380. 380.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys squaring off against the Los Angeles Rams. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 68 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point now by Boswell. Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Bortles to throw on second down. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Bortles now to throw. His throw incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Bortles. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Ryan Shazier. A 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
We got 4. We got 4.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. They find some open field here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That good for 19 at a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, But that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep over them into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Bortles, and that is incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now Brown.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Here's counter. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Jaguars. On 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Green 80. Green 80.
Working from the gun. It's Bortles. Got a man. He finds Sanders. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Green 80. Green 80.
From midfield, here's Bortles. And incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Green 80.
Bortles now on 1st down. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Green 80.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Green 80.
On 3rd down, it's Blair. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
This is taken at the 23. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough. And these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start with a give to Connor. And an alley to run. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Again, it's Connor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Tight end right. You got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
They go play action here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here we go now.
And they'll run it here. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.